What's up guys, my name is Ace, and today's going to be a relatively quick video. I just want to talk about my initial impressions on Modern Warfare Remastered's multiplayer. I did get a chance to get my hands on this at CoD XP, so I did play this a little bit, and I am loving it so far. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to capture, just like with Infinite Warfare, it wasn't on the list to be able to capture this or anything, which is why you're going to see the multiplayer trailer probably just play on loop here, but I did get a chance to play it, so I'm going to be sharing my impressions today. So, first impression that I have is, wow, this game is incredible and much better than I had initially hoped for. I was thinking they were going to do something to screw this up, and so far I'm not seeing anything drastic that has screwed this up for me. What I wanted out of the remastered was Call of Duty 4. I didn't want them to change anything, I didn't want them to take out any perks, I didn't want them to balance guns, I just wanted a version of COD 4 with updated graphics, and that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much what we're getting. They didn't change any of the maps around, they just made them look better. The guns, they all seem to handle exactly the same. The kill streaks work the same. Even a lot of the bugs in the game still seem to be there, as well as like little glitches and stuff on maps. Nothing too game breaking, I don't think. Not that I've seen so far, but I mean, there's a few strafe jumps and stuff that you can hit, which I think are really, really cool. So at its core, this is still Call of Duty 4, and that was my biggest fear going in. I'm very, very impressed with how Raven Software handled this, and very excited for this game. Now, getting into a couple specifics, a couple things that I really like that they actually changed or added to the game. First off, medals. They added medals into the game. Now, some people are a little upset by this. I don't think it's a bad thing by any means. I think it's only a positive. It doesn't change gameplay at all. I think it's really cool that you can earn Bloodthirsties and Merciless and potentially even like a nuclear medal in Call of Duty 4, and I'm definitely excited to go for the nuclear challenge in COD 4. That'll be a lot of fun. Now, one thing that a lot of people are having an issue with the medals is the current placement on the screen. Right now, they're kind of close to the center of the screen, and they can be a little bit obstructive. It is something I noticed when I was playing as well. I think that's an easy fix, though. They're probably going to move it back up, especially after all the complaints that have been going around the community. So I'm not really too concerned about that. I mean, if they don't move the placement of the medals, then I might be a little bit upset. But I mean, it's really not that big of a deal anyways. That's extremely minor. Also, just the heads-up display in general has been updated, and I think it looks beautiful for the most part. One thing that I would maybe like to see changed is the kill feed. It looks like they're reusing a lot of assets from Advanced Warfare because Raven Software, I believe they actually made the previous gen, like PS3 and Xbox 360 ports for Advanced Warfare. So I think they used a little bit of code from Advanced Warfare to make things like the kill feed. And I mean, it's not a terrible thing. It's not a really big deal. But I'd like to see the guns show up a little bit bigger and the name show up a little bit bigger and maybe look a little bit nicer. But very, very minor. If they never change that, I don't think it's going to have any impact on my enjoyment of the game. It's just one little nitpicky thing that I have. Also, the minimap. I'm very happy with the updated minimap. COD 4's minimap, the original, I mean, it was new. It was something different at the time for Call of Duty, but it wasn't that great. Your teammates showed up as like big green arrows, and sometimes the arrows were like a little bit too big, and you couldn't quite tell where they were because they were so big. With this one, they've got more of an Advanced Warfare style minimap, and I really like it. It's very clean. You can see exactly where your teammates are. They don't obstruct various areas of your minimap because they are much smaller and much more clean. So I love the updated minimap. And then just in general, the rest of the graphics, like the little score on the bottom left, I think that looks great. The final score at the end of the game and the lobby leaderboards, I think that looks excellent as well. So I'm glad they made these little improvements to that without touching gameplay. That was something that I really wanted them to keep sacred, and they did with this game. One last little addition that I really like is the ability to inspect your weapons. I mean, it's such a minor thing again, but it doesn't change gameplay. This is just like with CSGO. What you do with this one is you hit down on the D-pad if you're playing on a controller. Don't know what it'll be on PC, but you hit down on the D-pad and you look at your gun. You inspect your gun, and you can see the camo and everything. It's a very minor thing, but I think it's a really cool addition. But one thing about it that is making me a little bit concerned is, does this mean we are going to have supply drops with different camos, with like new camos? Because maybe they want to show off and they want you to be able to look at these fancy new camos that you're going to be able to get out of supply drops. In either case, if they do add supply drops to this game, which I could see them potentially doing, I pray that it is going to be only cosmetic. And I'm pretty sure they would keep it only cosmetic for a remastered game like this. If they had supply drops where it was just camos and that's all you could get is weapon camos out of it, I think that'd be okay. If they didn't have them, I'd be totally fine with that as well. But if they did want to add that, where you can just get gun camos out of supply drops, I'd be okay with that. I'd be totally fine with that in COD 4. So overall, very, very happy they haven't touched any gameplay. The one thing, I would say my biggest complaint with this game, and I'm actually really happy that this is my biggest complaint because it is relatively minor, is the sound of the weapons. They completely changed the sound of the weapons, and that was a little upsetting to hear. When I first got into the game, I was running around, it was like, wow, okay, everything feels like COD 4. This map definitely looks like a COD 4 map, just like completely remastered. It looks beautiful, but it feels like I'm playing COD 4. This is amazing. And then I fired my gun, and it was like, oh, that's not right. That definitely doesn't sound right. What happened to the gun? It still feels the same, but it sounds completely different. And to me, I would have preferred if they would have just reused the sound files instead of making their own new unique sounds. Nostalgia is a huge thing for me as well as for a lot of other people when they're playing this game. They want to have the same game just updated and remastered. And one of the two big senses that you're using while playing video games is your hearing. Visually, you get that really nostalgic feeling. Even though it's updated, it's still COD 4. It still feels like COD 4. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound like COD 4, at least with the guns. There are a lot of other assets in the sound files that are reused and they're exactly the same, like enemy callouts and stuff where they're saying that they're throwing a grenade or reloading. Those seem to be reused like perfectly, but the gun sounds are brand new, and it just doesn't feel the same when you have different gun sounds. Now, I will say the gun sounds that they did make, they are good sounds. They just don't give me that nostalgic feeling that I'm looking for, and I would love to see them just revert back and use the same old COD 4 sounds, but that's just my opinion. So there we have it. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. Overall, I'm extremely excited for Modern Warfare Remastered now. I am so happy they didn't make any drastic changes. They didn't make any gameplay changes or balancing changes. It's still going to be the exact same game. It's just going to look a whole lot better. So I'd like to know in the comment section below, what do you guys think of it after seeing a bunch of gameplay and stuff? I'm sure you guys have seen gameplay from other YouTubers. If you haven't, you should be searching for that. Have a look at it. What do you think of Modern Warfare Remastered so far? Are you really excited for it? And I'd like to know, which one are you more excited for? Modern Warfare Remastered or Infinite Warfare? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.